Go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, Tamiko? How you doing? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? How do I sound? Do I have sound all right? Good evening. Good evening, everybody. My boys will be here in a minute. Okay, my boys will be here in a minute. I hope everybody's doing fine. I am doing fine. All is well. All is well. It's good to be here tonight. Hello. Hello. Good evening, everybody. I'm Dr. Walter Sims, host of the Blue Table Talk for Men. What's up, Blue? We're going to have a great conversation tonight. Are you a high value man? It's going to be a good conversation tonight. And that has so many. There's a definition. There's a standard definition. But how do you define high value? I'm host of the Blue Table Talk for Men, and my boys will be here in a minute. Let's see. Rory should be here soon. There he is. Hey, Gemini. What's up?
What's going on, my man? How you doing this evening?
Man, I'm doing fine. How you doing, Mister? I called the Astro winning in six, man. How are you?
Well, I didn't put no money on it. I'm upset about that. I should have put a little money on it, but
Now my friends. If you don't bet or gamble, they don't feel like you're that confident with your selection. So, man, you're gonna have to start putting your money where your mouth is.
True that. True that. So,
What's up, man? How you been, man? Talk to me, man. Update me, man. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been together,
yes,
man.
sir. It's been a good week so far, man. We so the night that we missed, Sneaky got in and did a live, and I did a live, and
Yeah, yeah.
kind of kept the spirit of the blue table going.
Good.
I invited a couple of young ladies in my box, and then there was a guy, so it
That-
was kind of 2-on-2, and we just had candid conversation, man. Just
That's
kind of
good. That's good.
spirit
That's good.
going, man. Yeah,
That
it was
is good.
a good week. It's been a good week. Work is good. I got a new manager that
Okay.
is working with me at my job, and it's going to be a challenge. I'll say it like that.
So what do you unpack that a little bit? What you mean?
Um, I'm not sure he's able to lead people. He's very knowledgeable in the field that we are in,
I
but
got you.
I'm not sure he's able to lead.
I understand. I know the type. I know exactly
Yeah.
what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, he gets in his little bubble and he has his agenda, what he wants done, and he doesn't necessarily know how to give direction. He knows what he wants done. He's kind of singular in that respect. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's his second day on the job,
Okay.
but and so he's kind of taken what we started doing, the precedents we've set, and
Right.
add a little seasoning here and there to his or to that, which is going well. But as we this is a brand new company. As we
Okay.
start to expand, uh, I
Okay.
don't know that he has the capability to
Yeah.
say, "Hey, let's rein it in a little bit," you know.
Right.
And this is the direction we need to be headed in.
Right. That's good. And then like Travis said, it's day two, so we're gonna give him a little
Yeah,
time, kind of get
yeah. I'm gonna
himself
give him 30
get his
days.
feet up under him. Yeah.
He's got 30 days, but in the industry I'm in, it's sink or swim. I'm
Of course. Of course.
so you either know what you're doing or you don't, and
Right.
in about a week he'll be exposed.
That
So
Yeah, cause see, you can't pretend that you know what you're doing. This schematic says this, but Rory, can you help me?
and that's what it's been a lot of. So we'll see, we'll see.
Okay,
It's like I
man,
said,
Rory, you may be onto something. What we may do one Wednesday night, we may have a battle of the sexes.
I'm telling you, I'm
We may have
telling.
a battle of the sexes. What's up, Houston Astro fan number two?
Hold on, let me go ahead and let me. he, he rocking the orange tonight. I'll be right back.
Okay, be right back. Listen, did y'all have how many World Series have y'all won in the last 5 years?
We won one. Well, since 2017
Yeah.
to
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Saturday be two. That'd be
Two.
two.
That's what I'm saying. And by five, y'all, cause I remember 5 years ago, y'all won one.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's
number two for
awesome.
us.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, listen, fella, let's jump in tonight. Giella, tell us how you doing. How was your week? Rory kind of already told us his week. He's kind of training a new supervisor. All is well with me. We're doing fine. We're recovering well. We were in a car accident, so all is well. I'll just say all is well. And God, this show we don't have enough time to just talk about the goodness of God. And I just want to tell y'all, it is great to be alive. Don't take things for granted. Number one,
Right.
and don't be when you out in those automobiles. Take your time.
Yes.
1 second has shifted my world. 1 second. 1 second has shifted my world. So be careful in those automobiles. Be very, very careful in those automobiles. Yella, how has your week been?
My week has been busy. Doing what I do, dealing with getting out the vote and making sure everybody get out there and do their due diligence and press out. It's been a long since the last time we talked. It's been long.
Yeah.
Very, very long.
Yeah, yeah. Now help everybody. Help
very
everybody. You and Rory probably can really answer this. But what I'm gathering from the election results, I kind of watched it through the night last night. The red team did not do as well as they thought they were. The blue team kind of held their own, and if we were kind of if we were in Rory's world, if we're in like a 5-round fight, it's sort of like 2 rounds to 2 rounds, and one more round to kind of decide the winner.
And it's actually everybody was expecting that red wave. It's more like a red ripple.
I understand.
They had big plans, major plans,
Right.
and it just didn't nationally. I should say it didn't pan
Right.
out. Here in Texas, it was the status quo.
The status
You know what
quo.
I'm
That's
saying?
right.
And-
Yeah,
and
Abbott is still the
it's-
governor. Abbott is still the
It's so
governor.
sad to say that nobody lost their position as far
Right.
as a cabinet is concerned. No one lost.
You
their
would have
position.
thought they would have.
Listen,
You know.
I'm going to speak a little candidly right now. So
Please do. That's why we here. This is the Blue Table
Okay.
Talk for Men. That's why we here.
I'm going to say this for the record, people. You take this how you wish to take it. Let me go ahead and remove this so you can see me fully.
Okay.
The United States as a whole are a group
Yeah.
of dumbasses. They have memories like a gnat.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Come on
understand
with
me? There is
on
no
with it.
absolute way that you can have all that the other side has allowed to happen. I will speak for me and Rory here in Texas. Let's go ahead and start with the sub-zero degrees that we had to endure a couple of years ago. Let's go ahead and
I
start
remember
there.
that as if it was
then-
yesterday.
And then we had an idiot decide that COVID is not that serious. Is more like the flu. Let's go ahead and just let people go and do whatever it is that we need to do. And let's not talk about gun control. Let's not talk about kids that have lost their lives within the past 2 years under this administration's leadership. When I say administrations, I'm talking about the governorship of Texas. Let's not talk about that right now. And then, of all things, the coup de grace. Yesterday, the city of Uvalde, the one city where 21 people lost their lives, children majority. They went ahead and voted red. They went ahead and voted for Abbott. Like they had the worst case of instant amnesia one could possibly have. They booed the man. They booed the man when he came to visit. Why are you going to boo the man then vote him back in office?
Right back.
Are you a narcissist?
They have.
Do you just enjoy pain? Please
They have one
explain
job.
to me. Explain to me. Explain to me how of all of the counties, of all of the small counties here in the state of Texas, and we have 254 counties here in Texas, that one county should have been shining so brightly blue it would have blinded somebody. But no, it is crimson red. But they decided that their agony and their pain would be surmised. It could be swept underneath the rug because, right now we're going to give Governor Abbott, we're scared to vote for a new administration. We have not had a blue administration since the days of what's her name? Not K.I. Dang. I can't think of her name. She
Yeah,
was a woman. It was a woman, female governor, a woman governor. She was
yeah.
a monster here in
She was a
Texas.
beast, wasn't she? She was a beast, wasn't she?
She
And
was
what
an
I did,
absolute monster.
I did just some statistical analysis to Miko and Goldie and Rory across the board, across the United States, and this was even 2 years ago in the presidential election across the board. 25 to 27% of the people vote. Period. Now it's the other 75% that complain about how poor our current administration does,
Hmm.
and that's pretty much the people that won that particular race didn't win by a whole lot, but some blew out others. And in Georgia, I saw a TikTok today, 72% white women voted for Brian Kemp. Stacy and this young black content creator on TikTok said, listen, y'all want us, black women, to save the day.
Hmm.
Yet, when we need y'all,
Can't
your
help.
You know,
vote,
whatever you find.
you're not helping us because, see, numbers don't lie. Now,
Mm.
one thing we know, numbers don't lie.
Hmm.
Stats don't
They-
lie. Statisticians do, but stats don't
Yeah,
lie.
that's
Numbers
right.
don't
Jay Z
lie.
said it. Jay Z said it perfectly. Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't.
Numbers
He
don't.
said it perfectly. And I mean, well, I'm gonna get out the state of Texas. I'm
Yeah,
disappointed in the state of Texas. I'm
yeah,
disappointed in the state of Kentucky. I'm disappointed in the state of Louisiana.
Yeah.
yeah.
The state of Louisiana, 16% of the vote went to Gary Chambers.
You're right.
Yeah,
16%. That
right.
is letting me know that all the things that that man has done for the state of Louisiana
They don't
just
give a
got
rap.
swept. It just got swept underneath the rug and thrown out in the Gulf of Mexico like it never even mattered. 16%.
Right,
That's
right.
disgraceful. Who in the hell, in their right minds, vote and give almost 2 million votes to Herschel Walker? Please
You
tell me,
now,
Georgia.
now see, you segue into a comment I'm gonna make, and the bottom line is real simple. They don't care about. I put this in a comment on TikTok. They don't care, Rory,
No.
Yellow. They don't care about the person. They care about that position and the control. Because a young lady did an interview, and I think it was Fox News. She did an interview. She said, "I don't give a." Basically, I'm gonna translate and I'm gonna paraphrase. I'm gonna boil it down. She said, "I don't give a flying fig new what Herschel Walker is about. We want the power and we want control of that house. We don't give a we." And
That
they
is
saying it out loud. They saying it out
Yeah.
loud.
Because
that is just. I mean, that is
they don't give a
disgusting.
damn.
That
They
is
don't.
absolutely disgusting. So now you're party over America. You're party
That's right.
over common sense. You're party
Right.
over women's rights. You damn how you feel. And it always comes down. And I said it this morning. I'll say it again. They always vote against their interests until that interest hits them dead smack in the ass, and now they have something that they got to deal with. Well, I
That's right.
didn't know it was this bad. I didn't
Yeah.
know that things was going on like that. It is
Yes, you did.
amazing how they have instant amnesia on these topics until it happens to them. That's the
That's
part
exactly right.
that just chaps my ass to the
And
nth degree.
and what blows my mind, fellas, and we'll get into our topic tonight. We're doing part one tonight. What blows my mind is that you hear a lot of the political pundits, and I'm gonna borrow one of Yella and Sneaky's word. You hear a lot of the political pundits on that side of the aisle. They say, well, the Republican Party has to do a deep dive as to what's wrong with our party because our party has not looked this bad. Duh. How about you silence Donald Trump? How about not continue the lie that the 2020 election was stolen? How about you care about people? And how about you say January 6th, the insurrection was a failed attempt to overthrow our democracy because your boy didn't win, your man didn't win?
Right.
It's not that deep to us. Now that's just a casual observer. Rory, Yella, it's not that deep. Come on, Rory, it's not that deep.
It's really not. It sounds like some since my man didn't get picked, we're gonna take our ball and go home.
And go home. Facts. And
What if
and
what if what if the Phillies had a boycotted and say we did not lose 4-2? We're not gonna concede. Y'all didn't beat us. Y'all didn't beat us.
And that's what it's like. Oh, they cheated. They cheated. Or the whole with the whole Astro scandal. Oh, they cheated. They cheated. No, we played the game. We played,
That part.
and you
That part.
That
lost.
part.
Point blank. Period. You lost. Accept your defeat. Move the f on. Try again in 4 years.
But the
I
way
had to take
the
I had
go
to
ahead.
take a I had to take a Uber to pick up my new car, and it was a 2 hour ride. So I'm riding in an Uber for 2 hours, and it was an elderly white man, just a cool dude. And I saw on the radio he was listening to Sirius Radio. He was listening to Fox News, so I already knew what side of the toast his butter was on.
Mhm.
And
Right.
we just got in there and started talking, and we got on politics. I don't even know how we got on politics. He said, "Let me tell you something." Maybe because I'm a brother. He said, "Let me tell you something. I would never vote for a Democrat in my life." And I'm like, really? Trump was a good man. Trump was a good man. Now, the only thing I didn't like and agree with about Trump, he lost, and I think the election was rigged. But if that's the way the country was supposed to go, I can accept the defeat. I said, really? I said, you don't think Trump did anything wrong? No, no, he wasn't a politician, and he was good for America. I said, well, I can see how you feel like that. I wasn't about to argue with him
That's
because I
all.
had to ride with that brother for 2 hours.
That's one thing I don't do, man. I don't talk politics too tough.
Right.
Argue with people.
That's right. That's exactly right.
One, I listen to some of the rhetoric that comes out of their mouth and the talk, and I'm just like, these are all just talking points, and
That's
you're
right.
not making any sense. You're not back. There's nothing you're telling me is factually based.
That's
It's
exactly right. They
nothing
don't, man,
heard on
facts don't mean
or
nothing. Facts
bullshit.
don't mean nothing.
No, not at
Facts
all.
don't mean a thing. Facts don't. What's up, Sneaky?
What up, Phil?
What's
What
going
up,
on? Can
Phil?
y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Loud and clear.
Outstanding.
Well, how
Listen,
you doing this evening, man?
I'm not. What before Sneaky go? Before you go, Phil. I just need to say this. I was out there at a polling station for 8.5 hours yesterday.
Right,
Do
right.
you know how many MAGA hats decided that they want to ride through and just start up? I already had the cops called on me earlier that day. I was
Wait a
like, and
minute.
I'm already in the mode. Now, if you choose to bring yourself over here, I will take this top shirt off, turn it inside out, and then I'll become the black man that you don't want to, that you would never ever
Wow.
want to
So
listen to.
But
why
they want.
why did they call the police on you? Hey, what's up, JT?
What's up?
They called the police on me because we had to move our where we were, where me and my polling partner was. We moved from underneath a tree in front of the library because the mosquitoes was ridiculously bad, and so
Okay.
we moved our location to on the sidewalk, but it was adjacent to the library, which was right in front of a federal building. Well, they told me that we couldn't be there because we're on their property. I said, sir, we're on
Oh,
a
okay.
sidewalk. We're on a public easement, and so we went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he said he thought this white man decided he was going to threaten and weaponize the cops and say, I'm going to call the
Wow.
cops and we'll let him set it out. I said, sir, you go ahead and call the cops. The number is
Wow.
9-1, and I'm gonna let you figure out what the other numbers are. I don't care. I'm standing 10 toes down. You don't scare me. So then when the
All
cops
right.
came out and we had our little conversation, he went back, the cop went back over there to the manager and said, sir, everything that young man over there said is absolutely right and true. There's nothing that
That's
I can
good.
do, and there's
That's
nothing you
good.
can do. As a matter of
That's
fact,
good.
you
That's
cannot call
good.
us out here again for this very same issue, because if you do, we're gonna wreck you a summons.
Right,
And that ended all conversation.
right.
He was like,
I,
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
honestly believe we need to go, and it sounds barbaric, but it worked. You remember in the 80s when the white kids were scared to mess with the black kids because they thought the black kids would whoop on that ass?
Right.
hey, why did
I'm,
they even start
I'm
the Black Panthers? Why did they start the Black Panthers back in the day?
To
and
protect the
For the
black
what's
people
protection
from
of the
crazy
the
is
Ku
community.
Klux Klan and,
the,
and other stuff. Yeah.
the Panthers were a
Yeah,
response to the Klan.
yeah,
Facts.
Going
Yeah.
yeah,
to check on
yeah.
the community. We
They're
love the community.
yeah. I'm gonna let Sneaky break down his week and JT break down their week. There was
Okay.
a it was on TikTok, but it may have been a skit on another platform, but these two white guys all pro NRA, and then this brother comes between them with his AR-15, and they were talking about gun rights, and they got real quiet when he was like, "I'm ready, I'm armed, I'm ready, let's go, what a fight." They got real quiet.
Right.
Are you by yourself?
Don't get me.
Right.
Hey, it ain't as much fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Big facts.
Yes, sir.
That's right. That's right.
Phil, how you doing, Phil? And then JT, we want to know how y'all feeling tonight. Cause we got some good talk for tonight, y'all. We all are high value men in here tonight. But what is a high value man? Come on, Phil.
Okay. First of all, my week. My week went phenomenally. I really want to use that word. I got my ballot early voting. Myself, my wife, and my 4 daughters sat around our table.
Wow.
And we filled out our ballots. And then you got to have 2 witnesses, so we all witness for each other.
Okay.
And then myself and my wife drove down to our local polling place, and I said, "Here, lady, here's 6 of these. Because I'm the father, a direct relative, I can turn in for my daughters." And she said, "Thank you, sir. Is there anything else?" I said,
That's
"Yeah, give me
good.
6
That's good.
stickers, and I'll walk the hell away." Boom. So I didn't have to worry about the pop.
That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah, man. But high value men, I got some stuff I want to talk about.
I'm a week out ahead, but JT, how was your week, big man?
It was good. Yesterday, my girl lost, so I feel bad out here in Georgia. So,
I know. I saw that, man. I was watching it last night, man. I was watching it last night. Yeah.
So we gotta do another run of racism for another 4 years, 2 years, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, but no, my week was pretty good. Kind of tough. I thought about leaving this app, man. I thought about bouncing on this thing.
Why, man? What's up?
It's just, it's you know. So, try to tread softly. There's some people, man, that get on this app, man. They like to really come for church folk.
I know.
And then there's a lot of people who get on this app who are pro-black, but they don't really do nothing in the black community. And then there was this one dude, man. He got on here, white guy.
Yeah.
And he's always talking about Christians and church people. And,
I know.
you know who I'm talking about. And
yeah, I trust me. They
and black people,
they come strong.
And black people let him say whatever he want to say, man. You know, and he be cussing and talking crazy. Yeah. And I just thought about leaving because, like, I'm popular on this app, but I ain't popular to the point where I'm going to let some white boy try to tell me how I'm supposed to live my life.
You better preach, Elder.
And then turn around and get on here and try to dictate to me. And I'm struggling with it. I blocked him, but it's like,
yeah,
man,
I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, JT, and I'm gonna say this. And what I've been through in the last 13 days, 1 second has changed my life. And I put the picture. I think I sent you guys the picture.
Yeah.
What I've been through in the last 13 days, and what I've seen, as Big Mom said, with my own 2 eyes. You cannot take me off the wall of my conviction and my love for JC. I'm just saying. And the only encouragement I can tell you, because I feel your frustration, trust me, I have conversations with myself. The only thing I can say to you, my brother, that you're my baby brother, if all of the light takes their light away, then what? We can argue about Genesis to Revelation, but you can't argue about my testimony. Now, you can give credit to whomsoever you want to give credit to. But as for me and my house, we're going to praise the Lord. And I tell everybody, if you don't have a better alternative for me, you just caught me on a good night. Because I don't want to preach when we come on here, but you caught me on a good night tonight. I said, if you don't have a better alternative for me than the one that hung on a cross for your sins and mine. And early that Sunday morning, he got up with all power in his hand. If you don't have a better alternative, I'm going to stay where I'm at.
Now, I don't have a better alternative, but I have a different approach.
Okay.
I have a different approach.
Okay.
Different approach. On TikTok and any social media, I am bulletproof because I have low gaff. All right, low gas, and forgive me, y'all, is lack of giving a fuck. I don't care about other people's opinions. That's what it is. It takes two to argue. Anyone can say whatever they want. I either agree with it or disagree with it, but I don't have to argue.
That's
You
right.
don't either. Anything
right.
they say is their opinion. It's not your opinion. Let them have it. Don't take it inside. Don't internalize that, man. Don't internalize
Tap that
nothing.
screen, y'all. Tap that screen. We want about 70,000
All right.
likes tonight, y'all. Tap that screen.
We do it to ourselves. Oh, they said something I don't like, and then you take it inside. I'd be like, he said that? Next.
Yeah,
Come on now.
I'm not internalizing it. I don't think I'm internalizing
But I feel you. I feel you. I feel you.
But-
I think my biggest thing is
This good
Let it
tonight.
bug you.
it's a group of us that I think are on here
Yes, sir.
that we don't really try to help people. It's the talking.
I understand.
It's
Understand.
it's not the what you said about me. It's the talking for me. Like if I talk to Goldie in them streets, you know what I'm saying? If I told the doctor,
I understand. I
he in the
understand.
streets. That's all.
Yes,
I
sir.
just want people in the street. Don't come on my page. You know what I'm saying? When you got
And you know
hell,
what I noticed? And we'll jump into the content tonight, but we're just gonna stay where the spirit is tonight. And you know what I say to that, JT and fellas, you know what I say? And people come on these apps and they want to give opinion, they want to give advice, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But what's your credentials? It's sort of like people want to get on here and show you how to cook, but they don't know, they don't have nobody eating their food, and they don't have nobody cooking for. They just putting some recipes together. Now I watch another brother that I was on Periscope with, Darius Cooks. Now that brother is good because he's got books, he's got
Darius.
a YouTube channel,
Mm-hmm.
he's got a
Darius is
huge
nice.
following, and he's got merch, and he's got cooking utensils. He has credentials. And so a lot of times when people get on here and because they want to tell me, for example, well, God ain't real, the church ain't and the church ain't doing and I'm like, wait a minute, you want me to base my spiritual future on your opinion? What qualifies you to even have the cojones, the testicular fortitude? What as credence? You just standing there telling me, well, God ain't real. Who the hell are you? I'm not listening to you.
Dr.
They
Sims, you
can-
gotta
they can
stop
say
using them
God-
words. Hold on, man. We're just specifically
Yeah.
for the food. What'd you just say? Testicular
No, my thing is
Come on,
this.
man.
My thing is this. If
My
someone gets up
vocabulary
there and
bad.
looks you in the face, someone looks you in the face and say, God ain't real. Someone look you in the face and say, God ain't real. Church ain't blah, blah. You know what I say? Okay, to you, next.
To you,
I don't care what
To
they
you.
think.
Well-
They can't make me do anything.
Right.
They can't shake
I
my
love,
faith.
man.
They
I
can't
love y'all.
shake the
I
way I
love y'all.
think, the
I
way I
love
do.
y'all.
That's their opinion. I'm an atheist. Well, atheists, man. I got better
Yeah,
shit to do.
I have a daily talk show, and we'll get into the content in a second. I have a daily talk show, and one of a huge content creator on here, he goes by Ghost88. He's an atheist, and he's like us. He's very pro blue, and he's Democrat, and he loves democracy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He's from another country, and he's got a huge following. And I invited him on my daily show, and we had the most pleasantest time. He said, Dr. Sims, I have really enjoyed being on your show, and I can be cool with anybody. You know what I'm saying? I can be cool. I'm like Sneak. I'd be cool with anybody. But I feel your frustration, JT. I feel you, man, because you would think, if you got the best apple pie in the world, everybody ought to want a slice of it.
Yeah.
But there's some people can't stand apple pie. But I'm not gonna change my palate because you don't like apple pie. That's just more for me. Come on, somebody.
That's true.
Some people are diabetics. They want the pie and just can't have it. You see what I'm saying? Don't worry about that.
Like I said in the earlier show, if people do not like the taste of your food, don't change your recipe. Let them find another restaurant.
Boy,
Show them the dome.
Boy.
Is that?
And that's a great segue into our show. We talking about high value men and what we're thinking, what me and the fellas are thinking about. And I'm gonna study and see if we can expand this to more than just 5 of us. And maybe we're gonna do a tag team, and we'll have Yella and Rory, and then we have JT and Sneaky, and we're going to do Battle of the Sexes, and we'll open up, and maybe we do this once a month. We're going to open up and allow the ladies that have opposite opinions to come on, and we'll have a battle of the sexes, and me and the fellas will talk about it, because Rory posed a question. He said we want to do something a little edgy, because we really want people to listen to us and hear us, and we really want to make some people mad, because the only time people really change is when they get upset and frustrated. So we're gonna have the dynamic duo of JT and Sneaky, and then Yella and Rory, and we're gonna do battle of the sexes, and I'm gonna be the facilitator.
Oh, wait a minute. What you putting me with Sneaky from? I ain't trying to get no trouble.
No,
Sneaky be going
man.
hard in the face.
We need some yin and yang.
You gonna put a woman on there. Sneaky for the streets. Ash for the streets. I'm supposed to be with Goldie or somebody. She gonna put me with somebody for the streets. And listen, man. Listen, you trying to get your ratings up. You trying to. I see what you're trying to do.
That's what. Come on now, for the likes and clicks. For the likes and clicks.
That's likes and clicks right there.
Rory, I'm trying, Rory. I'm trying, Rory.
Hey, you don't want to team
I'm
up.
gonna say something like this. You see what he just did a minute ago? I'm over here pouring my heart out. You know, I'm just saying, well, F him. We ain't got to worry about you.
Hey.
I'm trying to back you up, baby. I'm trying to back you up.
Listen, I'm either the yin or the yang, or I could be both at the same time. I could be the dude to stand behind you and let you handle some things until I see you feel a little weak and falter. Then I step in, or I'll go ahead and take the lead, and we'll just be tag teaming them like that all day. You just let
We're
me
gonna have a good
time.
You need a players episode, right? Here, Sneaky.
Okay.
You put them two in the pot. Them two, one in the box and banging on his chest like that. Him and Sneaky together. Boy, that'll be a whole episode.
I'm not yin or yang. I'm that itty bitty line in the middle of the two cups.
Y'all are so funny. Okay, guys, what do y'all believe? And there's a definition. And I, a lot of people weren't fans of the late Kevin Samuels, but he made so much sense. And one of the things that was his signature statement, because he was an image consultant. So one of his signature definitions, and I don't know if he originated the definition, because I Googled it, and it had a definition that was similar to the one that he was purporting. What is a high value man in your estimation? And we'll start with Rory. What is your estimation of a high value man? Because what I would like to do, and what we have done to this point, and I hope everybody's been taking notes, we've kind of given a blueprint for a high value man. And I believe, and we were discussing in our pre-show, is high value man, is it just a universal definition for high value man, or is it depends, what your particular definition of a man of high value man may be, and what you like, you know what I'm saying? So Rory, we'll start with Rory. What do you believe a high value man is?
So I cheated a little bit, and I did a little reconnaissance, and I put
okay.
What do y'all think a high value man? Then I flipped it. What do you think a high value person is? What determines a person's worth or value?
Okay.
And the common consensus I got, it just depends on how the person thinks of themselves.
Okay.
For me, high value, a man that is high value is a man that's faithful. Takes care of his family if he's married like that. Gets up, goes to work every day, and either providing for himself, or if he has kids, providing for those children, and takes care of his business like that. Ain't out here all willy-nilly just smashing and dashing.
Right.
But a guy that puts time and effort into doing the things that he's supposed to do as a father, as an uncle, as a brother, even a grandfather, what have you.
That's good. What do you think, Goldie?
This is so. This topic is so nuanced. It's not even funny, but I'll say it like this.
Okay.
A valued person is a person of action, period. He is a person that's he or she is going to, well, since we're speaking of men, he's going to do what he says. The actions of his being reveals the content and character of his heart. So if what he puts value in, and it is of upstanding, it's up there, then that's his value. But the problem with that is that some people's ceiling of value is the floor of their less value.
Okay.
So
Okay, that's
so
good.
if
That's good.
so if someone says, I need a man that's going to do this, that, and the third, that might be their ceiling. But where the floor of that value is could be someone else's ceiling. So to say
That's a
that is a high value person, that makes no sense to me. It is
I
what
like
is
that.
good for
That's good.
you.
All right, and I think that's the vibe that we were going, and I like what Rory said. You got to love yourself first of all. But I love what you said. Your ceiling or your floor may be somebody else's ceiling, and so it's very much dependent. You know what I'm saying? What do you say, Phil?
Back to nuance, because what Goldie just said is very, very close. And I thought about this on my way home. I high value man. First of all, I think it's the woman that determines that, her view of that person. Okay.
Okay.
So I differ with what you say a little bit, Rory. But a high value man is a guy who does it anyway. He's not trying. He's not trying to impress anybody. So back to what Goldie was saying.
Right.
A person with morals, a person with morals, a person with freaking character, a person with values, and a person with integrity. Morals is
Okay.
who you are. I mean, morals is what you are. Character is who you are. Values is what you
Okay.
hold true. And integrity is you're doing it whether someone's looking or not.
Big
So if
facts.
you have a man that does what he's supposed to do anyway,
Yeah. Okay.
take care of your kids, wash the car, cook, help your wife or your girlfriend, be supportive, be there for a conversation, don't cheat, all of that stuff, if he just does it anyway, he's not doing it to be seen, he's just doing it because that's a good man, that's a
Right.
high value man. But she has to determine that because some of these women like the roughneck, some of these women
Right.
like the thug.
Yeah.
Right.
You see what
right.
I'm saying? So
right.
so it's
right.
the woman's interpretation of
That's
who she
good.
determines is a
That's
high
a good
value
perspective.
man.
That's a good perspective. What do you say, JT?
I'm still trying to get over you saying Kevin Samuels made sense. But y'all pray for me. So
Okay. Okay.
I'm struggling. I'm struggling, but I trust you because you're a man of God. So hopefully you got some scriptures to back some of them statements. Because okay. So
Okay.
now,
Let's put a pin there. And the reason, okay. Now, what I do a lot of times, fellas, JT, to your point, what I do a lot of times, and it could be a strength or a weakness. I don't necessarily worry about when I'm a professional myself. I worry about my delivery. Kevin Samuels did a lot for ratings, etc. So he was really tough on men, but he did not become famous, if you will, or go viral until he said a woman was average. Everything he said was, it had some substance to it, but his delivery, his persona got in the way of his message a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And so I was able to sift through a lot of the fluff and hear what he was saying. He was providing value, but a lot of people weren't listening. And I've gotten a lot of pushback. Oh, how you're a man of God? How could you like Kevin Samuel? Well, I can glean from a lot of people's field. You know what I'm saying? Was he a good man? Well, that's debatable. But I gleaned a lot from him, and I respected what he was saying. So, but anyway,
okay,
to your point,
okay,
what's a high value man? What's a high value man to you?
okay. You know we're coming back to that though. I'm gonna
Yo,
let
of
you roll
course.
with it right now. I'm gonna let you roll right now. I'm gonna let
Well,
you
see, that's
roll
why
with
we're
it.
here. We're not
Okay,
we're not gonna see eye to eye every
let's
time,
look
and
at
that's why
this.
we're here.
If you look at the word high, it means rising. If you look at
Okay,
the word
okay,
value, by definition, it means worth. So when you talk about a high value person, that's rising worth, which I don't think Kevin Samuels was. I just want to throw that out there. And so if you have
okay. Fair. That's
if you
fair.
have rising worth, that means that there's
Okay,
a consistency in your character. And I always tell people all the time, you could tell a man of high value when he's not potential but progress. A man who is potential is a window display. It looked good in the window. It looked like it may be able to do something. But a man who has progress in him is high, rising, right? Worth. So when you see him, he got a promotion. He's always growing in his knowledge. He's always working on how he's building in his
that's good.
character. So what we put value on where the opposite sex comes into play is that what a woman puts value on. This generation
Okay.
puts value on money. And then when they
That's
get older,
you,
they
boy.
realize that the money is not really the value. The value is a high rising character, a high rising emotional intelligence, high rising love language, high rising
Yeah.
stability, right? Not just sex, like,
That's
and for the
good.
same
That's
thing for
good.
us. And so when you ask me that question, and I do take a lot of time into this because I work with men. So if I
Right.
come across like, yeah, you're going to get your
Right. No,
bag,
you good. You good. You
some
good.
people are not going to get the bag, and it's
Right.
okay. If you're a good husband and you're a garbage man, you're still high value. You know what
That's
I'm saying? You might
good.
need to take a
That's
shower
good.
after work, but you still high
Well,
value.
see, I'm glad you brought up money because part of the definition of a high value man in our society, and neither one of y'all except for JT talked about a high value man is a man that he has means. He can take care of his family. You know what I'm saying? And this society, this generation won't qualify you or classify you if you don't have a certain income.
Mm-hmm.
And they won't qualify you as a high value man. And like JT just said, we learn as we grow older, value is not necessarily mean that you got all the money in the world. You know what I'm saying? But this generation and everything you guys laid out, a lot of people don't put a lot of stock in those qualities that we lay out. Now they say they want us, the high value man that's principled, that has character, that has a moral compass, but the numbers bear out, they want that thug. They don't want the high
Some
value
of them.
man that we're talking about. Y'all talk to me. Come on. Give me some pushback.
But see,
So go
it's
ahead.
not all income. It's not all income. Yes, you want to be able to freaking take care of your kingdom. You want to make sure you can provide
Right.
and all that stuff. But a millionaire whooping your ass is not high value. Okay. You see what I'm saying?
Take that for that money, though.
It does take that character. It does take morals. Same thing I said earlier. But I agree, you do have to have a standard of living. Okay,
Amen.
and from the time I said I do to my wife, my standard of living for her, our
Yeah.
standard of living, has constantly risen until it got to a point where I
Right.
forbid it to go below.
That,
Okay,
and,
so
and,
I'm gonna
and,
do
and
whatever I
JT,
have to do to keep us at
good.
that level, and that's what we
That's
do
good.
in my
Yeah,
50s.
and JT Kevin Samuels also pushed the point to this point that we're on this thread that a lot of women overlook the men that you guys are describing because they are not at a certain level. But those are the men that you can count on. Those are the men that y'all are describing. These are the men, the fabric of our society and our generation. These men that y'all talked about hold our society together. But sometimes we get looked over. We get friends on. Oh, word used on me before. You kind of boring. I handle my business.
Here's my issue with this statement when somebody
Come
brings
on.
up, and I want to be clear when I say this. I
Okay.
totally disagree with Kevin Samuels being anybody somebody should listen to. The majority of
Okay.
his rhetoric leaned more towards somebody not dating somebody based on finances and based on how they look. And the level of way he disrespected women was unnecessary. It was unnecessary to curse women out, to tell them that they was too big, tell them they was unattractive, tell them they wasn't this. And as somebody who makes good money, I
Right.
make more than the average African American male. The average salary for a black man is less than $42,000 a year. For a
Right.
black woman, it's less than 37,000. So we can have the conversation. So you
Right.
got a bunch of broke men living vicariously through somebody who couldn't keep a woman himself. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like like
Yeah.
like we the part that nobody wants to have the conversation is look at how he lived his life and how he died.
Right.
That's all you
Well,
need. And those
That's
things
right.
make
I
people
got
uncomfortable, but you have to tell the truth. The reality is I I had good money and could have still lost my wife.
Yeah.
Like
I
like
hear
let me
you.
just put myself on Front Street. I could have lost my wife because I was making good money, but my daughter wanted to just go for a walk. My wife wanted to
Wow.
have quality time. My
Yeah.
sons wanted me to show up and be present at the game
That's
and not
good.
on my phone
Okay.
trying to do
Okay.
work. So I'm not saying
yeah.
that you shouldn't make good money. What I'm saying is that if you're banking on a salary being the best thing for a relationship,
Right.
you are going to lose out on a good woman or a good man. And value has to
Yeah.
start
Agree.
with working together. That's all I'm saying.
That's good.
I
Okay. I
agree.
got you. I got you.
Let me
You made
caveat. Let
good
me
point. Good point.
I'm a caveat on that. I made damn good money, but I was in the Middle East for months and months and months. All right, I'm talking about six figure after six figure after six figure. I was taking care of home, but I never saw it. I was
Right.
away to make that money. Okay, that's why I don't put a lot of stock in. Yes, you need to be able to have that standard of living, but that doesn't make you a high valued man just because
Right.
you paying child support. That's money. If you're not there, it's
Right.
just money. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? My thing is, a high valued man, in my opinion, is a guy that does what he's supposed to do physically, mentally, and emotionally without trying. He just does
Okay.
it because that's in him. Okay? Because if you're doing it because people are looking, you're faking the funk. All right?
Right.
Sooner or later, you might get tired of acting. A
Right.
high
Okay.
valued man is a man, you were raised that way. I had a great example as a provider for my father. He wasn't the best person as far as loving and nurturing. I learned
Yeah.
from him. So with me and my
Okay.
daughters, I do the things that I didn't like that my father did with my daughters. Okay? But it takes work to be high value, to groom yourself, men, to nurture and get yourself to a point where it's effortless. You're not doing it because they're looking. You're
Right.
not doing
Right.
it because someone said so. You're doing it because
Right.
that's just the way you are, and it's the right thing to do to take care of your
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
That
Can
is
I
so
say this
good. So
before somebody else
go
go?
ahead.
Can I
Oh,
say
come on.
this?
Come on.
The
Come on.
For those men who keep talking about all this money stuff, the average man that makes over $100,000 a year or more and continually does that for a year of 20 years, he
Right.
married his high school sweetheart, or he married the woman he was with in college, and he was with her for at least 20 years. Don't y'all get it twisted. And the
That's
average man
good.
that's high value right now that got a lot of money, he over 49. So you're gonna get
That's
that daddy long stroke guy who just want to tear you down versus getting the dude that build a
yeah.
relationship. So when I hear guys talk
Big
about they
facts.
high value, we've been
Yeah.
married for a minute. I've been with my wife
Yeah.
18 years. She was with me when I rolled up on the bike. And then when she started buying cars and going shopping, she put in the time with me with the dream. So y'all
That's
need to
good.
stop
That's
chasing the
good.
bag.
That's good.
Finished products are not healthy products. That's all I'm saying.
That's good. Hey guys, y'all tap that screen. I want to hear from Goldie. I want to hear from Rory. If your woman makes more money than you high value man, can you allow your woman, your partner, to make more than you? I want to hear Goldie and
I
Rory
wish.
chime in on that. Y'all tap that screen. Good evening, everybody. We got JT up top, JT and Phil, team one. We got team two. We got Yella and Rory, team two. We're gonna have battle of the sexes real soon. And ladies that you want to battle with these men, and we use that loosely, of course. We don't use hands. We just use words. We don't lay hands on nobody. That's a whole nother show.
Whole other show.
So y'all tap that screen. We want 75,000 likes. We're gonna be on here a few more minutes, and this is part one because high value man. That's has been a hot topic. That's been a hot button topic because at the end of the day, who do you really want to be with? And I love what JT just said. People that have some longevity and they have those numbers. They've been together a while and they love each other. And at the end of the day, how about you gotta love love. You know what I'm saying? But Rory, team two, Rory, Goldie, can y'all handle a woman making more money than you?
So here's the thing, Doc. I'm gonna throw that
He called you
reverse down.
Doc.
Hold on. I'm gonna throw that Uno reverse down.
Okay, okay,
If we're together,
yeah,
all right,
okay.
bringing in money to the house, that's not your money, my money. That's our money.
Boy, boy, come on now, You in my notes now. Rory. Boy, that's why we're gonna head license him, JT. We're gonna license Rory.
If we're in a union, whether it be marriage, committed relationship, to where we decided we're going to be monogamous and ride this thing till the wheels fall off, I got you, you got me. That money is no longer, oh, this is my paycheck. I'm gonna put this in my bank account. And you're gonna that it becomes our money. That money goes to the greater good of the household. Point blank. Period. There is no now. If we give
That's
each other
good.
out, hey, if we agree upon, okay, look, let me hold $200, just
Right.
pocket money, whatever. Okay, that's fine.
That's right.
But the majority of that money goes to the greater good of the house to pay those bills, to get the repairs done,
Okay.
to do whatever.
Right.
Yeah, that's not my money, your money. That's our our money.
That's good. Rory, you sound good, Rory. What about you, Goldie? Talk to us, Goldie.
Now, this is easy. This is the easy one. For the past 26 years, that woman in the other room has been the breadwinner. All I need to do is make sure. I just need to make sure that the pots and pans are clean. I need to make sure that. Hey, listen. Once again, we don't have roles in a relationship. We have duties to take care of. And my duty was to make sure that the bank account stayed steady. I'm not a big spender. She handles the bills. I contribute to the bank account. The joint bank account, and whatever we decide that we want to spend that is over. I think we made a deal that if it's over $399, we call each other. We find out, hey, what does the account look like? Can I go ahead and get this? If anything's
Dr.
below
says
that,
they got some good money over there. $399.
That's what I'm saying.
They got some good money over there.
You go right on ahead and get it.
I was just about to ask Goldie. I was just about to ask that new stealth driver. That new stealth driver is $629.50. If you wanted a new driver, you just call. You just call and say, "Mama, Scarlett, I want this new driver. DrSims is coming. We finna play around the golf. I got to get a new driver." You know.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna answer your question, but I'm gonna say it like this. She will always ask me, if you buy that driver, what is it going to take the place of? Because I'm a photographer. I like my weaponry. I like to go exercise my finger. So if I spend 600 and something on a driver, which I can definitely use, but what is it going to take the place of? Because you're not going to get both at the same time. Right. So for me, by her, I will ask to see if it's good. Can we go ahead and do this? What the account look like? If the account's good,
this is good. If you want to go ahead and get it. This is good.
But at the same time, it does not diminish the fact that what we are building together, we need to be a part of together, not just individually making their own decisions about it. No, that doesn't happen. Because the moment you make individual decisions, you start to tear down the cohesiveness that you built together. And that's a bad thing.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Cohesiveness. Y'all taking notes tonight, right? Rory said we giving you the blueprint. Y'all taking notes. Cohesiveness.
Okay, there we go.
Ooh, I like that. Sounds good. Cohesiveness.
All right.
Come on, Sneaky.
From a guy that's been married for over 30 years. Okay, first of all, my wife and I, we do not argue over money.
That's what we don't do.
All right. We determine what needs to be done and where money goes. We determine where the cash flow is going to go. Now, when it comes to handling bills, when I'm away, like I said, for years I was in the Middle East. My wife handled everything. I worried for nothing. Okay. Our first house, I paid for it. I was working. I was providing. But she did all the financing, got all that stuff done. When I came home, we had a house. This house was a vacant lot while I was in Kuwait. And then a few months later, I came back and I got this freaking house. My wife handled all of that. I don't even know how to finance a house. Don't care. I got a wife that does that for me. But
y'all so
I can go make
how
the
about
money.
You, man?
You see what I'm saying? I agree with Rory. The money that comes into this house is our money. I will not spend more than $100 without letting my wife know. Not because I have to ask. It's so that we don't bump heads and bounce a check. Hey, babe, I want to get this. I'm going to get that. We manage. I just bought a truck. Wrote a check for it.
That's good.
Hey, babe, I like this truck. Do you want it? Yeah, I want it. I'm going to have to take some money out of such and such. I got to move some stuff around. Babe, if you want the truck, go get it. I wrote a check for it. It wasn't brand new. It was used.
Yeah.
That's our conversation. Then she'll come back and she'll bump me like, now what am I going to buy? I'm like, whatever you want. You just give me you hook me up.
Good.
You let me get what I want. Then you get whatever you want.
I need Goldie and Sneaky to lay hands on me that the Lord would bless me. Folk getting house built, getting buying trucks with checks. I'm something ain't right over here. Maybe
here we go. Y'all ready? Here we go. Here we go.
Let me throw this in. It took. I got to throw this in. I tell my son.
Here's the secret. Here's the secret.
It took me over half a century to get here. I'm 56 years old. All right. Nothing's quick. Nothing's quick. You got to put it in and keep putting it in.
You got to put in the work.
I value man stuff. You got to keep putting it in. It took
This
me
is
half a
this
century
is
to get here.
this is a great segue into part 2 of this conversation for next week. We talking man code next week. We're gonna get real deep. I hope y'all been following these episodes. We about to get real deep. Next week is gonna be deep. I hope y'all got your scuba gear. We going deep next week. And these men, I hope you're taking notes. Rory, he's our younger brother, but Rory had he. I hope you heard what Rory said. It is not yours and mine. It is ours. And something Sneaky just said, y'all. And this generation, JT, I think this generation, what hurts them, they see the success of a Goldie and a Sneaky, and they want that overnight. It's not going to happen overnight.
Right.
It takes time. Time. You got to sow some seeds. Now write this in your notes real quick. I'm gonna throw this at you. I'm gonna give this to you free. You cannot reap something from nothing. And if you're not willing to put in, you're not going to get anything out. What I've experienced the last 13 days, JT, and you an encouragement to me. So if you need any evidence that your labor is not in vain, you have inspired me and motivated me over the last 2 weeks with what I'm going through with my sweetheart right now. I've had to do things I've never done for another person. I have to help a woman that has had 3 surgeries, 4 blood transfusions. Her blood pressure went so low. I have not said this out loud, but one time in the last 2 weeks, and we really haven't played everything back. But she could have died on me over the last 13 days.
Sorry to hear that, man. She was there for him, man. Oh, man. Man.
That's tough.
I'm gonna throw this in, and I know this is a tender moment. JT and Dr. Sims, you two both, during your struggle, supporting those women, you have strength that I don't know I have. I think I do. Everything in me says I do, but you've done it. That's inspirational to me. You see what I'm saying? I've always been the one to put my life on the. I've been the one to put my life on the line. I'm good. If it happens, it happens. War and all this stuff. But I've never been in a position where I had to take care of somebody else's whose life was on the line. I respect you two so much for that.
Yeah, man. I think one of the things that a high value man, rising worth, right? High, rising, value, worth, rising worth really starts with, at some point, the money wasn't the best option for my family. It was my servanthood. It was chemo and not being able to make love for 3 months where I spent more time wiping her butt and helping her get into bed and, giving her food to eat and her sweating because she's, got all her reproductive organs removed and the hot flashes give her like hot all over her body, and learning that I didn't know that I had that type of love in me until I went through it.
Yeah.
And that's what you're, Dr. Sims, what you love is what you run to. I need to say this. If you say you're a high value man, what you love is what you run to. When the pressure hits the woman you love, if you ain't running to her to help her, then you don't love that woman. That's why a lot of times I listen to men on this app talk about, I love my wife unconditionally. When sickness and health really hit, because you can't buy it, you can't put no. That's where I want to see if you got your so-called swag.
Now, that's high valued man. You didn't say shit about money just now.
Right.
No, not a word.
Okay? That's high value man. You did it because that's you. You did it because you didn't do it to show off. You did it to do it.
Nobody's here. Nobody's here.
That's
they
what
love
I was
us.
talking about.
They love us here, but nobody knows me here. And the way that I'm helping her, the nurses are like, wow, the way I talk and my interaction, it's been like. But JT, when you gave your testimony, and I'm gonna let y'all give some final thoughts. But JT, when you gave your testimony, I was jealous of that, because I had to question myself. I said, that brother stood by a woman that was going through cancer, man. I was jealous of that. I was envious of you. And I mean, within a few days I was challenged, you know.
Yeah, it is,
But I just said that, and the only reason I brought that up, and it just I didn't mean to take it there, but I
No,
appreciate
that's
you, and I want
fine.
to
That's
encourage
fine.
I want to encourage you.
Don't
I
apologize.
want to encourage you, and the reason I love y'all, I just encourage you, man. You are an awesome brother, man. These men, guys, y'all take a snapshot, take a screenshot of these 4 gentlemen plus the host, but take a screenshot. These are the examples of
Goldie
what
too.
high value is.
Yeah.
All right, this is high value right here. Rory and Goldie and Sneaky and JT and Dr. Sim, we've been through some storm and rain. If we
Come
were
on,
in
man.
church, I say Rory, give me the key of C.
Hey, man. Hey.
Give me the
And
key
we,
of C. Give me the
yeah,
key of C. I've had some good days.
yeah.
I've had some hills to climb. I've had some weary days.
Weary
Okay,
days.
okay.
Listen. Hey,
And some sleepless
okay.
nights.
Hit the little
But
note.
as I look
He
around
got him.
and think things over,
Come on now.
all of my good days
Good day.
What happened to
outweigh my bad
Bad
days.
That's not gonna
I won't
Won't
complain.
complain.
Come
Okay.
on
Come
now.
on now.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, what we got to do is we got to get Goldie at base. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? We got to get Goldie at base. We know Rory gonna manage the group. Rory gonna
Yes,
manage the
right.
group, keep us all together, and we know who David Ruffin is. Okay, we know who David Ruffin is.
We know who Eddie Kane is, right? Who
We
Eddie
know
Kane? Who Eddie Kane?
Sneaky gonna be like, I'm the group.
Hey fellas, let's do what we did in the park. Fellas, let's do it. A heart is a house for love, and I've learned.
So I'm gonna run in and go, dang.
Listen.
Wild business. Y'all are
That
wild
is
business.
hilarious.
Ain't nobody come here to see you, Otis.
Ain't nobody.
Ain't nobody come to see you on Otis.
Oh my God.
I want to go ahead, man, and get out the way with my final thoughts on this. I think the beautiful thing about my struggle about being my rising worth was that it started with me being honest about the fact that I knew I had moments that I was selfish, and
Yeah.
I knew I had areas of my life that my selfishness would have to be removed. And it sucked. You know, when we started having kids, and when my wife, we started having kids, and the kids started going through seeing their mother having cancer, seeing my son at the bottom of the steps looking up to his mother and going, Mommy, I just don't want you to die.
Wow.
And then I had to be emotional strength for my children, as well as be a value to my wife.
Wow.
And I had to learn these words. You know what I'm saying? It is better to serve than to be recognized. Because my recognition doesn't necessarily mean I'm a good servant.
That's good.
But my work towards my family, I got what you call good credit. The option to serve is better than my recognition. And a lot of married men want to be recognized and appreciated. And I'm not saying we shouldn't be. But
Yeah.
the option to serve at that moment, it wasn't about me. I had to drop the kids off to football, basketball games. I had to learn to love Jackie at a high clip. And I had to realize that there were areas in my life I would probably not be the man I am today had I not went through the hell that I had yesterday.
I
And
love
if I
you,
can
man.
go through that, I can
Yeah.
win. Yeah.
Love you, boy.
You're a beast, JT.
Hey, blessings,
You're a
brother. All right,
beast.
fellas. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come on, Phil. Give us some final words, Phil.
I'll tell you this. My final words, as far as high value man, which I hope my wife considers me to be, which I know she does, the things I have to learn.
Yeah.
Listen to me carefully. Not the things I had to learn, the things I have to learn. I'm still learning. 30
Yes, sir.
plus years of marriage, the things I have to learn. If you think you know everything, you're a lost cause.
Right.
The things I have to learn. Those are my final words.
Love you, man. Come on, Goldie.
Love you, Phil.
Take it in.
I'm gonna.
All right. This is team two. This team two right here. This
I'm
team
gonna say
two right
this
here.
in two parts. Honestly, Uh, when we're talking about high value men, I wrote it down right here. A woman's perception versus a man's progression can
Okay, that's
definitely
good.
determine
That's good.
the value of the man.
That's
It's a weird
good.
thing, but if a woman perceives you as being a high value and your progression, your walk is proving that you are a high value, then those
That's
two
good. That's
definitely
good.
coincide.
That's
I
good.
will also say what determines a high value man happened about 3 minutes ago. The vulnerability of a man.
Boy, you in my notes.
The vulnerability of a man can definitely show you his high value. And now once again, I said earlier, somebody's height could be someone's floor could be someone's height at the same time. But when someone shows you their vulnerability, that part right there should constitute greatly in how you value that person. And with that, y'all be good.
All right,
Love you, man.
I love you,
Come
brother.
on, Rory.
So I'm going to piggyback off of vulnerability. Not only vulnerability, but humility. Being able to bring yourself down, to do the things that you guys have done for your significant others. You could have easily packed up the tents and said, "Hey, that's it. I'm done. I'm out." Um, I'm just going to have a moment of honesty and a moment of clarity. I feel like at times my value fluctuates. And
Okay.
we've talked about this before, with the fact that at times I self sabotage, and
Right.
I take away value from myself from time to time. Um, and by working with you, I've learned to pretty much stop doing that.
Right.
And so, um, knowing where my areas of weaknesses are, and then uh, working on them increases my value. So being able to humble
Amen.
myself and admit, hey, you're not all that in a bag of chips. This is where you falter at. This is where you go wrong. And this is how you fix it. And then taking the steps to fix. And then being able to turn the mirror on myself and look myself in my face and be honest with myself. You're messing up ABCXYZ and you need to stop.
That's so
So
good, man. I'm
humility.
so proud of you. I'm the hey, when you make that call, when you
Yes,
make
sir.
that announcement, you know I'm gonna be there, right?
Yes,
You know I'm gonna
sir.
be there, right? Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today. Y'all, I'm proud of that dude. That's my little brother right there. I'm so proud of him. Y'all give it up for Rory. Love you, man.
Love you. Let me see.
Listen, let me say this, and we're gonna get out of here. But next week, we're talking about high value man. We're talking about the man code next week. You invite all your friends and loved ones for next week. Next week is going to be off the chain. High value man. Y'all. I hope y'all took good notes. But a high value man knows who he is, knows why he is, knows his purpose. He does what he needs to do, and he has the resources to get things done. He's respected. He's respectable, and you can get with somebody like that. He's vulnerable. He's he's just that dude. He's just that guy, you know. And you've learned the things that are really important. Life is precious. I just can go on and on. Spiritual, you know. And so at the end of the day, you have to decide what you want. You know you need work. A couple of brothers over the last couple of weeks said, I need some help. I'm ready. I got my notebook in my hand. I'm ready. I'm ready to take that next step. My information is in my bio if you want to work with me. But tomorrow is not promised. So if I haven't learned anything over the last 2 weeks, life is precious. Your life can change in 1 second. We take a lot for granted. And I challenge you to appreciate and enjoy every second of every day. Thank you, Lady Trucker. Quit fussing about stuff that doesn't matter. I'm wrapping up. Quit fussing about stuff no matter. If you got somebody in your life, love them. I use this. I use this with my couples that I work with and my relationship coaching. And one of the main questions I get all the time is, how do we keep that fire going? How do we keep love alive? And I give them this quote, and I'm going to leave you with this. Kiss me like it's the first time, and hold me like it may be the last. I can't wait till next week. We're going to talk about man code next week. Amen. Amen, unicorn. Amen. And we're going to talk, me and the fellas going to talk about when we actually going to do the battle. We're going to have so much fun. I think y'all will get a kick out of that. We're going to do the battle of the sexes. And we're going to pick a topic, and we're going to TikTok and tweet about what topics do you want us to address. And we're going to have a lot of fun with that. Okay? So y'all share this with your followership. Let them know that we're here on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock. I was getting ready to come. And Rose said, where you at? Where you at? I was like, we start at 8 or 8:30. It was 8 o'clock. So we're here every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. But we love y'all. And thanks my brothers for being here tonight. I love my brothers. We are good teammates. I love my brothers. But anyway, y'all be encouraged. And remember, if you stay high on life, life is going to stay high on you.